April Garfoli, Recovery Concepts and Consulting, coming at you with Rehab4 The Soul, session number 5, entitled Disease Concept. If you're new to this page, please feel free to subscribe for weekly tips on how to stay sober and spiritual. We would love to have you in our community. It's growing. Also, check us out on Facebook, Recovery Concepts and Consulting. All right, guys, for those of you who are tuning in, you know how this works. We pick a controversial topic, and I talk about it. What could go wrong? So today's topic, they just get more controversial and more hot as the series goes on here, huh? So last week we talked about spirituality versus religion. Today we're going to talk about disease concept and addiction and what that really means. So without further ado, I got my whiteboard here, and we are going to flip it back to the purple marker. And why do we use purple marker? That's right, because purple is for Prince. Don't get it twisted. All right. There's a lot of talk about, is it or isn't it? Is addiction a disease or is it not? So what I want to do in this video today is basically break down two ideas about addiction. One way to look at addiction as it not being a disease, and another way to look at addiction as it being a disease. Did that make sense? Sounds good to me. Y'all let me know. So that's basically it. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it fabulous like we like to do around here. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to tell you is addiction is a symptom. Let's go with the it's not a disease first. Addiction is a symptom. So if addiction isn't a disease, it's a symptom. That's going to be your first option to take a look at this. So if addiction is a symptom, that means it's not the problem, right? That addiction is just a subsidiary of something bigger going on here. So what would addiction be a symptom of? If addiction is a symptom, what's causing it? Well, guys, you know how we roll here at Recovery Concepts and Consulting, Rehab4 The Soul. People that have the symptom of addiction are simply lacking, come on, spiritual alignment. That's right, you guys got it because you're smart, because you're getting this. We stick together, we're going to take over the world. And I'm going to take all of y'all with me, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here right now. So thank you for that. Addiction is a symptom, okay? It's a symptom of lack of loss of spiritual alignment. And everybody loses spiritual alignment, meaning we lose touch with our authentic self. Remember that. We lost touch with soul, source, universe, energy, Buddha, Allah, Tao, whatever you want to call it. We've just lost that conscious contact. Miss April gets like so hyped about this stuff. I get out of breath about it. But yeah, we've lost conscious contact, and so addiction is just a symptom of that. Some people, when they lose conscious contact or spiritual alignment, when they're out of spiritual alignment, some people don't have the symptom of addiction. They have other symptoms, okay? So if we look at this and we say addiction is a symptom, guess what? Addict and alcoholic doesn't exist anymore. Ooh, let that sink in. Here's another one for you. This one's really gonna be the censure here. I fully support the legalization of all drugs. Yes, that's right. Miss April said it. I fully support the legalization of all drugs because I know how irrelevant this small little symptom is. Now, some of you are going to say, oh, isn't it relevant, April? People overdose and die all the time from heroin. Well, what if I told you don't have a problem with heroin? It's death that you have a problem with. Yeah, we're going to go there. Not today, but down the line. So stay tuned. It's getting so big. So this is the first way we can look at this. Addiction is a symptom, not a disease. And what is it a symptom of? Loss of spiritual alignment. And when you lose spiritual alignment, you feel emotionally yucky, and you don't want to feel that way. And so addicts and alcoholics, if we're going to use those terms, used for one reason and one reason only, and that is to what? Not feel, period. Period. You want to not feel what? The emotions. You don't want to feel the emotions. So, very simple. That's really all there is to say about that. Okay? Second way to look at addiction is, let's say that it is a disease. Addiction is a disease. Let's go with that one. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear the word disease, I feel like bleh, hopeless and no turning back and never gonna get better, and it's just like all doom and that's it. You're just done. Disease. It just, the word even feels so yucky. All right, but because I'm accommodating at Recovery Concepts and Consulting, and because we will honor all pathways to wherever it is that you're going, we will absolutely subscribe to this model if that is where you are. But here's the kicker. If we're going to say that addiction is a disease, we have to change the definition of disease. And here we go. I'm going to give you another way to look at disease. All right? Let's just break the word down. Dis-ease. Dis-ease. We have this nice little 3-letter prefix. Is that the right word? Is it a prefix? You know, phonics and grammar and simple math and directions, those are the things that have eluded me for basically the entire 20-something years of my life. So I kind of own that. I can talk the shit out of this and explain all this, you know, suicide, death, all of that. I can tell you why none of that exists, read energy, talk to those who have crossed over. When it comes to grammar and spelling, guys, I just own it. I don't know. So anyway, dis is the prefix. I hope that's the right word. If not, one of you will write in and be like, you got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. Dis, what does this mean? Dis. If you dislocate something, if you dislodge something, okay, if you disclose something, that prefix means out of. Very simple. The prefix dis means out of. Okay? So, now, in this case, we're talking dis-ease. Let's look at the second part of the word, ease. Ease. What does ease mean? Yeah, peace. First of all, ease is a feeling, right? It's a state of being. So ease is peace. Maybe you feel peaceful. Maybe you feel clarity. If you're in a state of ease, you feel well. Okay? Making sense? So when we pair this together and we look at the word disease, disease simply means out of peace, out of ease, out of clarity, out of alignment. Oh my God. Yeah, check that out, how we just did that. So if you want to define addiction as a disease, it would behoove you to use this definition, out of peace, out of clarity. Now, well, where are we out of peace? Where are we out of ease at? Where is that? You know, where did that dis-ease happen? Where did it start? It doesn't say out of mind. It doesn't say out of body. It doesn't even say out of feeling. Where does it happen? It happens in the soul. All right? Well, Miss April, if we use that definition for disease for addiction, does that mean we can apply that definition to all diseases? Physical ones as well? Yeah, it does. It does, because all disease, guys, manifests the same way. And the disease is a symptom of loss of spiritual alignment. Drop the mic. disease, loss of spiritual alignment, every single time. I don't care what sickness you're talking about. The medical model right now is what people are using to treat addiction, and I'm pretty sure we see the medical model failing everybody when we're talking about physical illnesses like cancers, autoimmune disorders, things like that. Our medical system is fucked up. The medical system is fucked up, and it's on its way out the door, and just thank universe, soul stars for that. So we got to start looking at things differently. We have to start treating things differently, all right? We have to treat them at the core. We have to treat the problem, not the symptoms. So what did Miss April do here today? We looked at addiction in terms of two different ways. We could say addiction is a symptom, loss of spiritual alignment. And we can say, if you want to say addiction is a disease, that's great. Then we have to define the word disease, and we just did that. Dis meaning out of. Ease meaning ease, out of peace, out of clarity, off your square, out of authentic self, out of alignment. So when you're out of alignment, guys, things happen. You start to vibrate at a different frequency. And that frequency that you're vibrating out, it can cause things in your body to go wrong. And you can get physical diseases. You can start thinking unclearly, which ends up in mental diseases. Or you could have addiction if you want to go with that word disease. So, simple, straight to the point. Guys, I love doing this with you. I love having you guys with me while I do this. I hope this is helpful. Guys, share these videos. Share them. Tag a friend, drop a comment. I will talk about any subject. They're going to get more and more and more deep and taboo as this series goes on. So thank you so much for being here. We conquered disease concept. All is well in the world. And I will catch you on the flip. And you know what I say, it ain't perfect.